that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Okay, Coach, well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets.
Let's go! Here we go, set, 10 logo. Rip right. Go. Stay on. Out. Deep grip.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a give, right side. Swift, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Young lady. Check. Reset. Check. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kill. Reset.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. He completes it to Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 51.
Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let's go, Heavy.
Hey, high 7.
Let's go, Heavy.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Mike 57. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Hey, orbit.
To the air again, Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Touchdown, Jets. Sam Ficken for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Go.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 58 to Mike, 58.
2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football.
Ready.
But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Ready? Motion. 80. Motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Here we go. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. They're able to locate Wilson. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run. It's Sanders. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Banjo. Check 50. Check 50.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
SOS. Check 90.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Brings up 2nd and 13. 90, Wolf. Hey, box truck.
Push him back. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check. Fresno.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
53's Mike.
Rock it.
Let's go, D.
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Come on, D.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. An NFL update there in the second quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I'm going back to you. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. 36, 36. Shit, lady.
Now Darnold. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Faking the give, Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, here's Bell. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Look at me, zipper!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He completes it to Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator. Hey, 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 hey. Come.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch the screen. Hey, Sam off. Hey, Echo. Alert 3. 2.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Bravo. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Look, squeeze.
2nd and 15. And his throw here is incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
We got this.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Darnold now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Man, I got you. Check 4, check 4.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Time. 57's right. He don't know no better. 57's the mic. It's hot. 57's the mic.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye, and all the way in, touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. The point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Haywood!
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And a pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Switch!
Back to throw. Lawrence. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
50's the mic.
Yeah.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Hey, tight.
Hey, Zoo.